Good morning, everyone. In the last session, we discussed about package managers in the Linux operating system, how to install a software in the Linux operating system, okay, and what is web server, how to set up a web server to deploy one static website in the Linux machine, and we discussed that what is systemctl in the Linux operating system, and we also discussed how to change host name in the Linux operating system. Okay, and I have given one task for you, how to deploy Spring Boot application in the Linux operating system. Are you guys able to complete the task?
Yes, sir.
Able
Yes,
to
sir.
deploy Spring Boot application in the Linux machine?
Yes.
How
Yes.
you transfer the jar file from Windows machine to Linux machine?
We uploaded in Mobastram. I uploaded that into the home directory, sir.
Yes, sir. So you can use Mobile Extram or you can use Putty also. Sorry, you can use WinSCP, FileZilla, Mobile Extram. So here, the Spring Boot project we created in the Windows machine. When we package the Spring Boot project, a jar file will be created. That jar file we need to upload into Linux machine for executing. So for that purpose, we are going to use Mobile Extram. In the Mobile Extram, the advantage is GUI will be available, CLI will be available. Using that GUI, you can upload the jar file and you can run the jar file. To run the jar file, we need to install Java software in our Linux machine. So to install the Java software, we are having package manager. The package manager is Yum because our Linux machine is Amazon Linux machine. For Amazon Linux machine, the package manager we will use is Yum package manager. Suppose if it is a Ubuntu machine, then we are going to use apt as a package manager for that. For Amazon Linux, for Red Hat Linux, Yum is the package manager. For Ubuntu Linux machine, we are going to use apt as a package manager. Are you clear with this point?
One quick question, Ashok. So,
Yes.
how can we find the downloaded location of the installed location of the software Java and Tomcat?
So you can use where is Java. Something, for example, let me connect this. Okay, I am connecting to my Linux machine. Copy this SSH command. Okay, go to the location where the key panes are available. E directory, key panes, right click, open git bash. I'm making a SSH connection to the Linux machine. So when you use git bash to make a SSH connection to the Linux machine, only CLI will be available. Files you cannot upload. If you want to upload the files, then you need to connect with the Linux machine by using Mobile Extram. All right. So if you see in this machine, Maven software is available, Maven version. Okay. Yes, it is showing that Maven home user share Maven. This is the location where the Maven is available, or else you can use where is Maven. Okay, it is giving the location where the Maven software got installed. So in the etc Maven, the Maven is installed. Where is Maven? So similarly, you can use a command where is Java. So when I give a command where is Java, it is telling in which location our Java software is installed. Various command we can use.
Okay. And also
Okay.
Ashok, sir.
in Linux, if we want to kill any process, we will be using ps minus cf, right? In AWS, it will be the same or anything?
Same. So when I go for ps command, it will show you the processes which is running. If you go for ps command, it will give you the processes. If you want to kill any process, kill -9, the process ID you can pass.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ashok.
Yeah.
Ashok, sir.
Yes.
I have posted an exception. When I hit a URL, it is giving invalid character kind of thing, sir.
We'll see that URL, sir. Okay.
Sir, in my system, Maven version, once I'm trying to use Maven half in version, it's coming not found like that. But for Java version, it's working.
Okay. Okay.
And for Git version also, it's working. But for Maven version, it's not working.
Okay, we'll see that. Fine, guys. So there is one command that we have discussed now. That command is varies command. What is the purpose of this varies command? to know the location of the particular software. What are the package that we to know the location of the package we installed. To know the location of the package we have installed. So we have installed Java as a package using sudo yum install. We install Maven as a package, sudo yum install Maven, git we installed as a package. So if you use a command, where is Java, it will tell the location. Where is Maven, where is git, like this. What are the packages that you installed in the Linux machine? If you want to know the location where those packages are installed, then you can use where is command. And the next one, in the Linux machine, there is a command called find command is available. So in the Windows guys, Windows is GUI based operating system. Graphical user interface will be available. For example, in my Windows machine, there are so many directories available. Some C directory is available, some E directory is available in my Windows machine. Now, I want to search for a file in the Windows operating system. I want to search for a file which is having Linux. Okay, so when I type Linux, something like this, Linux running nodes, so it is going to search in the entire operating system. Okay, suppose if I am typing, if there is a search option is available in the Windows machine, I am typing Kubernetes, something like this. Okay, it is searching for the files in the entire operating system and it is going to provide me the location where that file is available, kubernetes.txt file. Okay, so it is going to search for the file in the operating system. Similarly, in the Linux, I want to search for particular file. In the Linux machine, I want to search for particular file, cd space Java. Inside the Java, I want to create one file, touch arrays.txt, okay, strings.txt and oops.txt. That's fine. So come back. So if you see, I am in this Linux machine, okay. So I want to find out where is the file which is the file which is having oops.txt. So I am in the Linux machine. In this Linux machine, multiple directories can be available, subdirectories can be available. Lot of files we are storing in this Linux machine. Now I want to search for the file with a name called oops.txt. Okay, so manually I cannot go to each and every file to search where is the file which is oops. So that's why to find the location of the file, if you want to find the location of the file in the Linux machine, then there is a command called find command. Okay, let us see here, sudo find. Inside the home directory, the name of the file is oops.txt. Okay, so sudo super user doing the operation find. Inside the home directory, search for the file whose name is oops.txt. It is giving me the path where is that file is available. Oops.txt file is available in the home EC2 user. Inside the Java directory, oops.txt file is available. Okay, similarly, I want to search for the files which are empty. Is there any file available without data? Okay, so now let me go for sudo find /home type I'm going to give f-m. Okay, I want to find out the files which are empty, the file which does not contain any data. In this machine, how many empty files are available? Where those empty files are available, I want to identify. So if you want to identify the location of the file based on the file name, then you can go for this command. Sudo find in this location inside the home. So every user will have a home directory inside the home directory. Okay, so then I want to search for the file based on the name. If the file name is oops.txt, I want to get that file. Sudo find home, type f-empty. So I want to get all the empty files available in the machine. So you can see these all are the empty files available in the machine. In these empty files, there is no data available. Okay, so all these files are empty. If you want, you can check it. Cat. So inside the Java directory, cat java /arrays.txt. There is no data. Okay, so cat f1.txt. There is no data. All these are the empty files only. So if you want to get the location of the file based on the file name, you can use this find command. If you want to get all the empty files, you can use this command. So let me write this. Get the file based on the name. Okay. So this is one command to get the file based on the name. And this is another command which is used to get only empty files. When I say F, type F empty means empty files I want to get. If I want to get all the empty directories available, then I'm going to use D. F means a file, D means directory here. So let me give that command again. Sudo find /home type D empty. Type D, I'm going to give as empty. Okay, there is no empty directory available. Let me make some directory AWS. mkdir, AWS already available, Docker, Kubernetes. ls-l. We have Java directory, AWS directory, okay, Docker, Kubernetes directories available. Let me use this find command with the type D empty. So these three directories are empty. Java directory is not empty directory because inside the Java some files available. So like this, you can use a find command. You can search for the location of the file. You can search for the empty files in the Linux machine. You can search for the empty directories also in the Linux machine. And recently, for one of the DevOps engineer, in the interview, they asked me a question. Can you identify the files which are 30 days old in the Linux machine? Is there any file which is created 30 days back in the Linux machine? Can you print those files? Are you getting my point? So we are using find command. Okay. So what is the purpose of find command? Find command is used for searching file location. Is used to search files location. Is used to search files location. Right? So what is this sudo command? Search file, find the file whose name is oops.txt. Find all the empty files. Find all the empty files inside the home. Find all the empty files inside /home. Okay. Now I'm going to use this command. Find all the empty files inside empty directories basically. If I'm giving F means files. If I'm giving D means directories. Find all the empty directories inside the /home directory. Now, find the files which are 30 days old in the Linux machine. Find the files which are 30 days old in Linux VM. Okay, so for this also we are going to use find command, guys. Okay, so we are going to use sudo find /home. We need to use a command called yum-time to get the files based on the time. Okay, so I'm going to use -yum-time 30-print. So this is going to print the files which are 30 days old in the Linux machine. Okay, so what are the files which are 30 days old? Those files we are going to get by using this command sudo find yum-time 30-print. Okay, click on paste, get this. Currently this machine is created 1 week back only, 30 days files are not available. Okay, so let me use sudo find home /home 1 print. Okay, see here, these all are the files which are created 1 day old. 1 day before, yesterday I have created all these files. I'm able to get these files by using mtime 1. If I give 30, it is going to give you the files which are 30 days old. Are you able to follow me? So for the DevOps people, these kind of questions they are going to ask on the Linux operating system. Okay, all right. So fine, guys. So with this, we are able to understand how to work with Linux operating system. So can we summarize quickly what we have learned in the Linux operating system? So first thing we discussed about why Linux for Java developers. Can anyone answer this question? Why Linux is required for the Java developers? Can anyone answer my question? Why we learn some Linux concepts? Because you joined here for Java real-time project development course. Instead of teaching Java, I'm teaching Linux. So what is the reason behind that?
In
So
order
for
to
the
Because
log
monitor,
in
files.
real time we need to work under like a different kind of missions, and at the same time
Yes.
we need to work with the different missions and the same missions also. So
Right. So here, when you are doing a course, you will do practice on the Windows machine. Faculty also will use Windows machine. Everything will be available on the Windows machine, but the real time is different. In the real time, development will happen on the Windows machine. The remaining operations, project deployment, project testing, project logs, project infrastructure, everything will be there on the Linux machine. That's why we have started our course with the Linux operating system. So now you can say, as a Java developer, you can say, I have some knowledge on the Linux operating system. I know how to work with the Linux machines. Okay, so here we understood what is OS and why. OS is nothing but operating system. It is a software that will provide a platform to use a computer. If you want to use any computer, then in that computer, operating system is required. Without operating system, we cannot use that computer. Operating system will act as the mediator between users and computers. Okay, if I am typing on the notepad, that means that notepad software I am using in the machine. In that machine, operating system available. If operating system is not available, then I cannot use this computer. So without operating system, there is no use of computer. Operating system will provide a platform to use our computer. So there are several operating systems available, like Windows operating system and Linux operating system is available. So Windows is recommended for personal use, Linux is recommended for business use. So Windows developed by Microsoft, it is single user based operating system and it is a commercial operating system. Security features are less in the Windows operating system. In the Windows, antivirus software we have to install. If you want to watch movies, if you want to play the games, if you want to use internet, then Windows laptop, Windows operating system is recommended. Now, if you want to set up your application server, if you want to set up a database for your project, lot of tools required, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, SonarQube, so many tools required for our application. So those tools we are going to set up on the Linux machines in the real time, because Linux is a free operating system. Linux is a community-based operating system. In the Linux, multi-user operating system, multiple users can connect with the single Linux machine and they can perform multitasking, and security features also very high in the Linux operating system. Then we discussed about Linux history. So Linux operating system developed by Linus Torvalds by using Linux operating system, and we understood what is the meaning of Linux distribution. What is the meaning of Linux distributions? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of Linux distribution?
flavors
Can
of
anyone
Linux.
tell me what is the meaning of Linux distribution?
Flavor.
Different types of Linux.
Flavor of Linux, different flavor of Linux.
Yes, Linux distribution is nothing but it is the flavor of the Linux operating system. So whatever the source code of the Linux operating system developed by Linus Torvalds, he provided that source code free of cost to the people. So many people used that Linux operating system code and they modified according to their requirement and they released into market with the different brand names. Amazon Linux, Red Hat Linux, SUSE, Debian, Ubuntu, Kali. There are CentOS. There are so many distributions available in the market for the Linux. Okay. Then we discussed about Linux VM setup. So we are using Linux physical machine. We are using Linux virtual machine. What is the meaning of a physical and virtual?
Physical in the sense, if we install a operating system within a
If you
system.
have that Linux computer with you, if you see that computer, if you can touch that computer, that is called physical. That is called physical. But here we are not using Linux physical computer. We are using Linux virtual computer. Okay, we are using Linux virtual machine in the AWS cloud. So AWS cloud providing the infrastructure for us on the rental basis. So we created one account in the AWS cloud and we created Linux virtual machine in the AWS cloud, and we connected with the Linux machine by using Git bash. I have given the videos how to connect with the Linux operating system by using mobile extram and putty also. I hope some people already tried and they are able to do that. Okay, so Linux VM setup we have done, and we understood several Linux commands. We understood several Linux commands. So several commands we discussed as part of this Linux operating system. So as part of this Linux operating system, we discussed working with directories and files. Okay. And we discussed how to work with editors, working with editors. Okay. We discussed how to work with user accounts, user management, how to work with users in the Linux operating system, users and groups management, and we discussed how to work with file permissions, and ownership, and we also discussed about package managers in the Linux operating system. Okay, so these are the topics that we have learned in the Linux basic commands. We have seen who am I, okay, pwd, date command, cal command, and all that stuff we have seen. And we have seen how to work with directories and files in the Linux. mkdir, rmdir, touch command, cat command, rm command, head command, tile command, grep command, cp command. Okay, so we have seen several commands in the Linux operating system, and we worked with editors, vi editor and sed editor. Vi and sed commands we have seen. Vi is used to modify the file. Sed is used to process the data, delete the line, insert the line. Okay, that kind of operations we can do. Users and groups management. Okay, we are able to create the users in the Linux operating system. We are able to create the groups in the Linux. We are able to add the user to the group, and we also discussed about sudoers file. We also discussed about what is a sudoers file and what is sshd config file. And we also discussed password based authentication. Okay, so by default, password based authentication will not be available in the Linux machine. We are enabling that password based authentication in our Linux operating system. Okay, so these are the topics that we have seen now. So if tomorrow when you go to the company, your project log file is available on the Linux machine. So now, can you check the logs of your application which are available in the Linux machine? Tomorrow when you join in the company, your manager will ask you to check the logs of your application. That log file is available in the Linux machine. So now, do you know how to check the data available in the log file? Do you know how to get the latest log message of application by using log file? Are you in the position to check the latest logs of your application by using log file now?
Yes, Ashok.
So what is the command you will use to check the log messages of your application?
Head
Tail command.
Tail command.
tail.
The latest one.
Tail command, grep command we can use. Head command we don't use because head command always will give the data from the top. So we need to get the latest log messages. Where the latest log messages will be available?
In
bottom
the
of the file. So how to get the bottom data from the file?
tail
By
command.
using tail command.
I want to search for the log messages which are having exception keyword.
Grep command.
Grep.
What
Command.
command I am going to use?
Grep command.
Grep command. So tomorrow, once you join in the project, they will give the PEM file to connect with the log machine. So the log server, there will be one Linux machine in the log files will be available, which is called log server. So tomorrow when you join in the company, they will give the PEM file for everybody to connect to the log server, or they will give IP address, username, password to connect with the log server.
IP address and
username, password.
IP address, username, and password.
Password.
They will enable password based authentication.
They will not give the PEM file.
Okay, they will not give the PEM file for everybody. They will create one user account in the Linux machine. They will give the user account details. Maybe for every user, for every team member, one different account will be created, and they will give the details. How to log in into the Linux machine with the username and password? Will it allow directly, or it will not allow directly?
It will not
It will not allow
need
directly.
permission.
So it will not allow directly to connect it to the Linux machine with the username and password. What we need to do to connect with the username and password? Password based authentication we have to enable. Where we need to enable password-based authentication in the Linux machine.
DevOps team will do, no?
Where we need to enable that. Do you know how to
SSHD
enable
config
password-based
file.
authentication in the Linux machine?
SSHD config file.
Yes. So we need to go for SSHD config file in order to enable password-based authentication in the Linux machine. Are you clear with my point?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear with my point? Yes. So these all are the things that we have learned in the Linux classes. Why Linux for Java developers? What is operating system and why? What is the difference between Windows operating system and Linux operating system? And what is the history of the Linux and what are the Linux distributions available? And we discussed about how to set up a Linux machine, and we discussed about Linux commands, and we discussed about how to work with directories and files in the Linux machine. We discussed about how to work with editors in the Linux machine, VI editor, set editor, and we discussed about what is user, how to create user, what is group, how to create the group, and we discussed about what is a sudoers file in the Linux, what is SSHD config file in the Linux, and we have seen password based authentication enable. Okay, and we discussed about file permissions and ownership. How to change file permission in the Linux, guys?
CS mod.
chmod command. And how to change ownership of the file?
CS on.
chown command. What is the meaning of a package manager in the Linux?
Install
Where we can install our
Install our
softwares.
software
Which
in
is used
Linux
to
VM.
install the software. Services management. So how to stop a service, how to start a service in the Linux?
System
System CTL.
CTL.
Yes, we are
Sudo
going to use
system
a command
CTL.
called systemctl.
System
It is like an
CTL.
admin command. Sudo systemctl httpd start, httpd stop, httpd status. So you can manage the services in the Linux operating system by using systemctl command. So if you want to stop the service, if you want to start the service, then we need to use this systemctl command. We need to use
Systemctl command.
Are you clear with my point?
Yes.
Sir, my questions. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, how to switch the host name to the default EC2 user, sir?
Again, you said, so host name you can't set to EC2 user is the username, sir.
Yes,
so
sir.
here, if you see, this is the IP address.
Yes,
this
sir.
is the username. You can't change this. With which user you log in, it will come to like this. Okay. So when you are setting the host name, so how you will set the host name? What is the command to set the host name?
Sudo
host
name and the new name.
Okay, so sudo host name, new name is available. Now you see, when I connected to this machine, it is showing me IP address. So
Yes.
suppose when I connect with the 10 Linux machines at a time, can I understand I'm connecting with which machine and I'm executing command in the which machine?
No.
Suppose today I connected with one machine, tomorrow if I connect with multiple machines at a time, it will be confusing, right? So what I'm doing, sudo host name, I'm using my machine name as Jenkins server. Okay, now after this let me exit and let me connect back. Okay, so when I connect back, what is the host name I am getting?
Jenkins server.
Jenkins server.
I'm getting Jenkins server. That means instead of displaying the IP address, I want to display the name of the server. This machine I'm using for Jenkins, so I'm setting a Jenkins server. Suppose if you want to set it back, you just exit. You just exit and you connect to this machine. So if you close and open this terminal, this session, if you close and if you open, then it will be come back to the normal position. We are not doing the permanent setup. We are doing the temporary setup only. Let me copy this SSH client. Go to the git bash. And let me connect back to this machine. Paste. Jenkins server is available. So maybe if you stop and start the machine, then it will be set back to the previous name. So if your machine is stopped and if you restart the Linux machine, then it will go back to the previous name.
When the IP address changes, maybe the server will
Yes,
change.
sir. So if you stop and start it, then it will go back to the previous. So here by default IP address will be displayed. If I see IP address, then I don't understand this machine is belongs to which operation. That's why
Same
I
IP
can change
address
the
will be
host name.
displayed.
It will improve the readability.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Somebody told that they are not able to connect with the Linux machine using Mobile XTRM. Who is that? Who is not able to connect with the Linux machine by using mobile extra? Anybody facing any issue? Can you tell me so that we can resolve the issue now?
Ashok, are we going to talk about file systems and architecture of Linux?
Yes, I have given one video, I think. What is file system in the Linux? What is the root directory structure is available?
Okay. Yeah, that would be enough, right?
Yes, that's just basic idea. What is file system? So what is root directory? What is home? What is bin and all those? But generally we don't need as a developer, but I have given architecture video. What is kernel? What is the shell?
Sir,
Yeah.
I have sent you an exception. Could you help on that, sir? After hitting URL,
Which application you are deploying, sir?
Spring Boot, sir.
My application or your application?
I mean, which I created as part of yesterday's homework.
Okay, can you share your screen?
It's still disabled, sir.
Yeah, I gave the access for you.
Sir, hope screen is visible.
1 minute. Yeah, I can see. Open your IDE. First, show me your IDE. Where is your code? Show me the code first.
Yeah, one.
Hi, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
actually,
hello.
while we are connecting the virtual machine, we are using some SSH and username at the rate IP public IP address.
Yeah.
Why you are using in on that place SSH?
SSH means it is a command which is used to establish the connection. From the Windows machine, you are connecting to the Linux machine, right?
Yes.
For
If
that,
you are
SSH is the
using any mobile system, there is no need to.
Mobile external is giving the GUI. Directly with the GUI, you can
Yeah.
connect. Internally, mobile external also will execute the same SSH command.
Putty also same thing only.
Same. They also say.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
For find command, we have to use sudo keyword.
Yeah, sudo super user. Because when you are searching some the different directory, you should have a permission to that directory to perform the operation.
Okay.
Sir, this is the one only REST controller I have given.
Okay, good, fine. Now you packaged it as a jar file, right? What is
Yes,
the
sir.
port number you have used?
8090, sir.
8090. Okay. Yeah. Can you package it as a jar file now?
Okay.
Can you build this project?
So there is an error in form.xml file.
Yeah, that's not an issue. Clean package. Apply.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now go to Linux machine. Connect to your Linux machine.
Yeah.
Okay. You started your application with the 8090. Now take the URL. Go to the machine. Take the URL. Your public IP. Go to browser. Colon 8090 slash. Hit. You're getting right.
Previously it given like this, sir.
Maybe you have not given slash in the URL.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
8090 slash you have to specify because your
Okay.
method URL pattern is a slash, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. It's working.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Anyone else facing any issue in the Linux, guys? Anyone else facing any issue in the Linux operating system? Anybody facing any issue with the Linux operating system, or you are good with this? We are good with this. Okay. I hope all of you completed the given assignment. Deploying Spring Boot application, deploying the Spring Boot application in the Linux machine by using mobile extram. Okay, so here we need to, with git bash you can't do it because in the git bash there is no option to upload the file, so we need to use mobile extram. In the mobile extram there is the option to upload the file, so that's why in that video also I have used mobile extram only to connect with the Linux machine. Using that mobile extram from my Windows machine, I have uploaded my jar file to the Linux machine. Okay, so if you don't want to upload the jar file, then you can do like this also. Okay, so you go to start.spring.io. Start.spring.io website is available. So in this website you can create one Spring Boot application, then you can download that directly in the Linux machine, you can modify, but instead of that, create the project in the Windows, package that as a jar file. That jar file you can take and you can upload in the Linux machine, then you can run that jar file. So to run the jar file, first we need to install the Java software. Once the Java is installed, then you can run the jar. Once the application is started, whatever the port number is available, right? That port number you can enable in the security group inbound rules in order to access your application. In that video, clearly I have explained how to create that project, how to package as a jar, how to upload the jar file, how to run the jar file, how to enable the port number in the security group inbound rules, then how to access our application. If you watch that video, you will get full clarity how to deploy Spring Boot application in the Linux virtual machine. All right. Any questions, anyone?
Sir,
Yep.
sir, actually, like I configured in SSSD config, I enabled user-based authentication, sir. Then when I'm using keep PEM files, then it is not. I'm not able to access. I should like for EC2 user also, I should give password itself. Like why it is happening, sir?
Sorry, sir. Can you come again?
Sir, actually, I enabled a password-based authentication, sir. In my system, I enabled a configuration to yes in SSSG file. Then afterwards, what is happening is I cannot connect my system to through PEM file, sir. It is a even though I'm giving PEM file and trying to log in, it is asking me password for the EC2 user also.
No, sir. It should be able. We should be able to connect, right? Because EC2 user should be able to connect with the PEM file. Normal user should be able to connect with the PEM file. I mean, with the username and password. Because sometimes I connected with the John user, and sometimes I connected with the EC2 user. It is working for me.
Okay, sir.
It is working for me. Okay, and fine, guys. So with this, we understood what is Linux and how to work with Linux operating system. The next one, we are going to learn AWS cloud services. Okay, so before going for AWS cloud services, I need small help from you people, guys. So whatever the classes that you attended, almost 10 days, 15 days classes completed. So could you please provide your feedback for my classes in the Google? I have given the Google review link in the chat box. I've given Google review link in the chat box. Can you write your genuine feedback for me, which will help us to improve our services and which will help other people also to choose the Ashok IT or not. They can take a decision based on your review whether to join in the Ashok IT or not. So whatever you felt in the last 10 days of my classes, you can share that as a feedback for me in the Google. So I have given the link in the chat box. Just spend 30 seconds for me, guys. I request you, please write the review. Is it fine, right? All of you.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So with this, we completed our discussion related to Linux. Next one, we are going to start our discussion related to cloud computing. Next one, we are going to discuss about cloud computing, which is very important nowadays for the software projects operations, right? So let's understand what is cloud computing and why we need to go for cloud computing. So first let's understand what is infrastructure. Okay, what is the meaning of infrastructure? So infrastructure nothing but the resources which are required to run our business. What is the meaning of infrastructure, guys? Infrastructure nothing but the resources which are required to run our business, right? For example, I want to develop one software project, or I want to start one software company. If I want to run a software company, I need a lot of resources. So what kind of resources are required? I need some
Machine,
servers,
server,
right? So
storage,
when I say
network.
servers, machines are required. Okay, some machines I'm going to use as application servers. Some machines I'm going to use as database servers. Servers are required. Servers nothing but machines are required, and we need storage, and we need security. Okay, and we need network, and we need power. Okay, so all these things are required if you want to run one software company. So the resources which are required to run our business is called as infrastructure. Infrastructure nothing but infrastructure means the resources which are required to run our business. Servers are required, storage is required, security is required, network is required, power is required. Now here guys, to purchase this infrastructure, to set up this infrastructure, we need to invest lot of money, and we need to invest lot of time also. To purchase infrastructure, to purchase this infrastructure, we need to spend lot of money and time also. Okay, suppose I want to start one software company. For my software company, I need 100 computers, and I need a database license, and I need security, and I need power, and I need a network. Okay, I need to take a big building. I need to pay the rent for the building. I need to do the interior designing in the building. I need to set up electricity. I need to set up network, and I need to recruit the people to manage my infrastructure. Okay, to purchase this infrastructure, we need to spend lot of money and time. We need to spend lot of money and time. If we purchase and manage our infrastructure, then it is called as on-premise infrastructure. What is the infrastructure, guys? The infrastructure is called as on-premise infrastructure. What is the meaning of on-premise infrastructure? On-premise infrastructure nothing but our own infrastructure. I am paying that infrastructure with my money. I will set up that infrastructure, and I will manage the infrastructure on my own. So for my company, whatever the servers required, network required, power required, security, storage, everything, I will take care of that. I will purchase the infrastructure, I will set up the infrastructure, I will manage the infrastructure on my own. If we are doing like that, then it is called as on-prem infrastructure. It is called as on-premises infrastructure. We need to face below challenges with the on-prem infrastructure. What are the challenges available when we go for on-premise infrastructure? The first challenge with the on-premise infrastructure, lot of investment. Okay, so if you want to set up your own infrastructure, then you need to pay lot of money. You need to spend lot of money, then only you can purchase the infrastructure. Lot of investment. Second problem, manpower. What is the second problem, guys? Manpower. Can one person manage the entire software company infrastructure? Come on, guys. Can
No,
one
sir.
person manage entire software infrastructure?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No. We need to recruit a lot of people, skilled people we need to recruit. So the people should have the complete exposure on the servers, complete exposure on the network, complete exposure on the security. So we need to recruit highly skilled people, and those skilled people will demand more salary. Okay, so a lot of investment I have to do in order to purchase all the resources that we need for our company. After purchasing them, we need to recruit the people in order to manage that. So manpower is also required. After this one, third problem, security. So suppose my office is available in the Amirpet. In my office, 1,000 computers available, network available, power available. Night time, so daytime I will be there in the office. What about night time? I will come to my home and I will sleep in my home. So what about the security for our building? Again, we need to keep the security people. 24/7 monitoring should be available. CCTVs we need to set up. So daytime, nighttime, complete 24/7 security, 24/7 water supply, 24/7 power supply, 24/7 internet supply. So many things we need to manage. Security is the biggest problem. And the next one, fourth one, scalability. When you go for this on-premise infrastructure, another problem is the scalability. What is the meaning of scalability? Scalability means increase or decrease the resources. You can increase the resources. You should be able to increase the resources. You should be able to decrease the resources based on the demand. Today, in my office, 100 computers available. So today I have 100 computers. Okay. Suddenly I got a project from the another client. For that another project, I need another 100 computers. Can I purchase immediately another 100 computers? Okay, I will purchase. But is there any space in the office to set up network, power backup, manpower? So lot of things we need to consider when we are managing infrastructure on own. So when you set up the infrastructure on your own, scalability will be a problem. Scalability means, okay, I purchased 300 computers today for one project. My project is completed. What about these 300 computers? Now I don't want these 300 computers. Will anybody purchase all the 300 computers from me? No. So when you want, you should be able to increase. When you don't want, you should be able to decrease. That is also a challenge here when you go for on-prem infrastructure. Another biggest challenge here, availability. So 24/7, our infrastructure should be available. So can you tell to a client, today in Amirpet heavy rain is there, so there is no power, there is no network, our servers are down, our systems cannot work. Can you tell that to the client? Will
No,
client
sir.
accept it if you say that today in Amirpet there is no power?
No. No.
Client business is running with one software application. So that application is available in our server is available in our building. So today in Amirpet heavy rain is there is no power. From today morning, no power, no internet, systems are not running. Customers are not able to access the application. So when client asks you, why my application is not available, can you tell due to power cut, your application is not running? Come on guys, can you say
We
that?
can't say like that. No, sir.
Business loss.
Right? It is a business loss for the customer. It is a business loss for the customer.
Customer.
So when you are managing the infrastructure, you need to take care of all these challenges. Okay. Lot of investment is required. Manpower is required. Security is required. Scalability should be there. Availability should be there. And always you need to have the backup plan. Always you need to have the backup plan. For example, today there is some earthquake. Your building is collapsed, your systems are collapsed, you lost everything. Can you tell the client, due to earthquake, our building collapsed, our systems are gone, your project also gone? Can you tell that to the client, sir? Will client accept it? No. No. So this is the problem when you set up the infrastructure on your own. This is the problem when you set up the infrastructure on your own. So what is the meaning of the infrastructure? What is the meaning of the infrastructure? Infrastructure is nothing but the resources which are required to run our business. Okay. So if you want to run one project or if you want to run one company, lot of infrastructure is required. Servers are required. Storage is required. Security is required. Network is required. Power also required. To purchase this infrastructure, we need to spend a lot of money and we need to spend a lot of time. To purchase this infrastructure, we need to spend a lot of money and we need to spend a lot of time. So if we purchase and manage our infrastructure, then that infrastructure is called as on-premise infrastructure. On-premise nothing but our own infrastructure. So when we go for on-premise infrastructure, there are some challenges available. What are the challenges available with the on-premise infrastructure? Lot of investment. You need to spend money and time also. And manpower. You need to recruit so many people to manage your infrastructure. And lot of security problems will be there. Scalability. When I want, I should be able to increase the resources. When I don't want, I should be able to decrease the resources. And I need to take care of availability. 24/7, my resources should be available to run my business. And backup. If there is any natural disaster like earthquake and all, something happened, always we should have a backup of our data. Always we should have backup of our data. So these are the challenges available with the on-premise infrastructure. These are the challenges available with the on-premise infrastructure. Okay, so in order to overcome these challenges, to overcome these challenges, companies are using cloud infrastructure. Okay, so instead of, suppose for example, I'm a business owner, guys. I'm a business owner. If I purchase the infrastructure and if I manage all this infrastructure, every day some issue will be there. So today there is no power in the office. Today there is no network in the office. Sir, our systems are getting heat. AC is not available in our office. So today security guard is on the leave. So night time nobody is available to protect our building. Tomorrow our network administrator getting married. For next 1 month he will not be available. So every day some issue will be available in the office. Okay, so every day if I need to deal with these issues, can I focus on my business? Can I focus on my development? Can I focus on my sales? Can I talk to new customers? Can I go to different locations to understand the customer requirement? Every day I will be busy. Every day morning 6 o'clock, sir, today security guard is not available. Sir, today power is not coming. Sir, today network is not coming. Sir, tomorrow our network administrator going to hometown. Next 1 month he will not be available. Sir, our manager met with accident. He is not coming to office. He is in the hospital. So some issue, every day some issue will be available. So if I need, so as a business owner, I need to deal with those issues, or I need to focus on my development, focus on my business, focus on my sales. What I need to do as a business owner? Come on,
I need
guys.
to focus on my business.
I need to focus on my business, and I need to focus on my customers. I need to focus on company revenue. I need to focus on the new customers, sales. That is important for me. And I need to focus on the new ideas. I need to think on the business strategies. Will I get that time to think on the business strategies if I have my own infrastructure in the company? So when you have infrastructure, is it a one-time effort or it is a daily routine process?
Daily process.
Daily routine process. So lot of a headache will be there. If you have your own infrastructure to run your company, to run your business, lot of a headache will be available for you, because every day some issue will be there. Maybe some members on the leave, maybe power is not there, maybe network is not there. Today heavy rain is there, security guards are not coming, they are sleeping in the night time, they are not focusing, ACs are not working, systems are becoming very slow. Some people are going on the long leave for 1 month of time. Somebody suddenly, all of a sudden, he resigned for the job. He got other job in the other company. He got the best job in the other company with a good package. Some people are coming and asking me, when you will increase my salary? I'm working from last 1 year, so my salary is very less when compared with other person. When you increase my salary? And some people will say, this person is ragging me in the office. He is playing jokes on me. So every day some complaint will be there. So now tell me, will I get good time to focus on my business if I have my own infrastructure? Come on, guys.
No.
Will I
No,
get the
sir.
chance to focus on my
No.
business if I manage my own infrastructure?
No, sir.
No. So that is the reason in the market, companies don't want to deal with all these challenges nowadays. Earlier, companies used it to maintain their own infrastructure. Companies use it to deal with all these challenges. But today, companies are not interested to deal with these challenges. That's why companies are going for cloud infrastructure. So, simple example. What is the meaning of cloud infrastructure? In your house, there is a marriage function. Okay, guys? In your house, there is a marriage function available. Right. For the marriage function, you are inviting 1,000 people. 1,000 people are coming to your marriage function. They are going to attend your marriage function. For these 1,000 people, you need to arrange 1,000 chairs. You need to arrange 1,000 chairs. You need to arrange at least 300 tables for a dinner. Okay, and you need to arrange one stage, and you need to do some decoration for the stage, and you need to supply some lighting for your decoration. You need a generator for power backup. Okay, now tell me, for your marriage, you want to do a grand marriage. Are you going to purchase 1,000 chairs, 300 tables, one stage, one generator for your marriage?
No.
You want to celebrate your
Rent it.
marriage function. You want to get married. You are doing
Not
your
at
marriage in your
all.
hometown.
We will rent it, sir. We will take as rent.
Not
Why
at
will you
all.
take for rent?
Because after that we will not use the 300 chairs or 1,000 chairs.
So so can I say this is infrastructure required for our marriage function? Chairs, tables, stage, lighting, generator, and all that stuff. This is infrastructure that is required for our marriage function. Okay, so if you want to purchase this infrastructure, is it easy? Is it cheap or costly? Costly. So minimum to minimum, you need to spend 10 to 20 lakhs only to purchase this infrastructure. Okay, आपके पास बहुत money है, but fine, you purchased it. After 2 days, where you will keep those 1,000 chairs? Where you will store? Will you keep 1,000 chairs in your house? Will you have that much space in your house? No. Where you will keep 300 tables? Where you will keep generator? How you will manage that? Then you need to leave your software job and you need to run the tent house. Yes or no?
Yes.
So is it recommended to purchase this infrastructure for marriage, or it is excuse me. Is it recommended to purchase this infrastructure for marriage function, or is it recommended to take the infrastructure for rent?
Take the infrastructure for rent.
We need to take this infrastructure for the rent. So if you go for rent, what is the benefit?
Simply use it.
Yes, you simply use it and
Use
pay the
it,
rent for 2 days.
and
Maximum
pay the
1 lakh
amount.
rupees, 1.5 lakh rupee rent will be available. You pay 1 lakh rupees, you use it for 2 days. After that, they will take their material. So we are happy. So same concept here also, guys. When we are working in the project, when we are working in the company, when we start a company requires lot of infrastructure. So if I want to purchase this infrastructure, lot of money is required, lot of maintenance is required. So to overcome the problems with the on-premise infrastructure, companies are using cloud infrastructure. Companies are cloud infrastructure. There are several companies in market. There are several companies in market which provides. There are several companies in market to provide IT infrastructure for rent. Okay, so how we have the tent house to provide the infrastructure for the functions in our house. Similarly, to run one software company, to run one software project, whatever the IT resources, IT infrastructure is required, that IT infrastructure they will provide for rent. I need 100 machines. I need a database. I need a network. I need storage. I need backup. So all these IT infrastructure, all these IT resources also you can get for rent. So there are several companies in market to provide IT infrastructure for rent. Those companies are called as cloud providers. What is the name, guys? Who are called as a cloud provider? Any company which is providing IT infrastructure for rent, that company is called as a cloud provider. Any company which is providing IT infrastructure for rent, that company is called as a cloud provider. So who are the cloud providers available in the market? Amazon is called as a cloud provider. Microsoft is called as a cloud provider.
AWS.
Google is called as a cloud provider. Google is called as a cloud provider. Salesforce is called as a cloud provider. Oracle is called as a cloud provider. IBM is called as a cloud provider. So all these companies will provide infrastructure for rent. All these companies are going to provide infrastructure for rent. So what is the meaning of providing infrastructure for rent? That is called cloud computing. So for my company, I need 100 machines. I need security. I need a network. I need power. I need backup. Instead of I am purchasing, instead of I am managing, I will take the infrastructure for rent from the cloud provider. Who is called as a cloud provider? the company which is providing IT infrastructure for rent, that company is called as a cloud provider. So what is cloud computing? So we are going to follow cloud computing to run our business. We are going to follow cloud computing to run our business. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is nothing but the process of delivering IT resources, on demand basis through internet. The process of delivering IT resources on demand basis through internet based on pay as you go model. This is called cloud computing. So what is the definition for the cloud computing? The process of delivering IT resources through internet on demand basis based on pay as you go model. That means whenever you want a database through internet, you can take the database for rent within 2 minutes of time. I want 100 databases. Within 2 minutes, you can take for rent through internet. I want one security. I want a storage. I want a network. I want 100 computers. Within fraction of milliseconds, you can take the resources for rent. If you want, you can take it. If you don't want, you return it. Scalability will be available. Availability will be available. So what is the meaning of cloud computing? Can anyone tell me what is cloud computing? Why we are going for cloud computing? Can anyone tell me what is cloud computing? Why we are going for cloud computing?
To take the IT resources.
Yeah, the process of delivering IT resources on demand basis through internet is called as cloud computing. So it works based on the pay as you go model. What is the meaning of pay as you go model?
How much you
whatever we required, we will pay.
Pay as you go model means pay the money for usage. Pay the money for usage. Example, credit card bill. When you will get the credit card bill?
When we use.
When you use credit card, then only bill will be generated. Then you have to pay the bill. Similarly, postpaid bill will be available. So if you use the postpaid number, how many calls you will do, how much data you will use, based on that bill will be generated. Similarly, when you go for cloud infrastructure, what all the resources you use from the cloud provider, for only those resources you pay the money. For how much time you use, based on that you pay the money. That is called pay as you go. How much time you use, how many resources you use, based on that your bill will be generated. Based on that your bill will be generated. Can you tell me who is a cloud provider and what is cloud computing? Who is called as cloud provider and what is cloud computing, guys?
Whoever the provider.
Those who are providing the IT infrastructure.
The companies which are providing the
providers
IT
like
resources
Amazon,
for
microservice.
The companies which are providing IT resources for the rent is called as cloud provider. What is cloud computing? The process of delivering IT resources on demand basis through internet based on pay as you go model is called as cloud computing. Okay, so here we have several advantages with the cloud computing. We have several advantages with the cloud computing. We have several advantages with the cloud computing. What are the advantages available? First one, no investment. Do I need to invest anything?
No.
No investment. Okay. And the second one, less cost. Okay. When compared with the on-premise infrastructure, cloud infrastructure cost is very less. And I no need to pay any money. Upfront, no investment. If I want to purchase my own infrastructure, 1 crore rupees I have to invest first. But when you go for cloud infrastructure, no investment, less cost will be available. And here there is an advantage of scalability and there is an advantage of availability. Availability will be available. Our security will be taken care by them and they will provide unlimited storage for us. Unlimited storage will be available and they will provide backup also. So when you go for cloud computing, they will provide the infrastructure to run your business. The process of delivering IT resources on demand basis through internet based on pay as you go model is called as cloud computing. Pay as you go model means pay the money for usage. So if you use the cloud resources, then only bill will be generated for you. We have several advantages with the cloud computing. First one is you no need to do any investment first. Okay, and this is cost is very less when compared with on-premise infrastructure. And when you go for cloud computing, scalability will be available. And when you go for cloud computing, availability will be available. Scalability means when you want, you take more resources. When you don't want, you give them back. Okay, so how much you use, for those things only the bill will be generated. And availability, so network, power, security, everything they will take care of it. We no need to worry about it. So here 24/7 cloud resources will be available for you. Infrastructure maintenance, their headache. You use the resources, you pay the money for that. Okay, 24/7 your infrastructure will be available. 24/7 the resources will be available. And what about security of our data? What about security of our machines? Is it our responsibility? Is it provider responsibility?
Provider responsibility.
Security is provider responsibility. Next one, unlimited storage. How much data you want to store, that much data you can store in the cloud computing. There is no problem. Backup. Whatever the data you are storing in the cloud, they will maintain backup of your data. There is no concept of data loss in the cloud computing. There is no concept of data loss in the cloud computing. Okay, so here we have two types of infrastructure to run a company. One is on-premise infrastructure. Second one is cloud infrastructure. One is called as cloud infrastructure. Second one is called as on-premise infrastructure. Cloud infrastructure means provider will give the resources on rental basis. On-premise infrastructure means we need to purchase, we need to set up everything according to our requirement. Are you able to follow me? Now, which one is recommended to run our business nowadays?
Cloud infrastructure.
Cloud infrastructure. Why cloud infrastructure? If our business is running,
usually we have to pay whatever we use.
Yes, if business is running, we will use it, we will pay the rent. If a business is not running, I will shut down everything within one day. Okay, so from next day, bill will not be generated for me. Suppose if I set up on-premise infrastructure, I need to do lot of investment. I need to purchase so many resources. If a business is not running, I cannot close everything in one day. Okay, my investment will be wasted. So that is the reason nowadays companies want to focus on the business. Companies want to focus on the growth. Companies want to focus on the sales and revenue. They don't want to deal with these infrastructure issues. So that's why companies are moving to cloud computing. So the TCS company, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, all these companies having lot of money, lot of employees are available, lot of resources are there. But still, why they are going for cloud computing? Because they don't want to deal with all these headaches. They don't want to deal with all these headaches here. They want to focus on their business, their development, their growth, their revenue. That's why they are taking infrastructure for rent from the Amazon company, Microsoft company, Google company. So if you go for Amazon company, they have a cloud platform which is called AWS. If you go for Microsoft company, they have a cloud called Azure. If you go for Google, they have a cloud called GCP. So now, in order to run our project, in order to run our company, what all the resources are required, you can take those resources for rent from a cloud provider. So as part of this course, we are going to understand what is AWS, how to work with AWS cloud as a Java developer. So complete AWS, I'm not going to discuss here, that is not required for you. As a Java developer, how much knowledge you should have on the cloud computing, in the next 1 week, we are going to learn that. Okay, after 1 week of this AWS classes, happily you can keep AWS in your resume. As a developer, I know how to work with AWS cloud. I know how the cloud resources will be available. I know how the infrastructure will be managed in the cloud. Is it clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
You understand what is infrastructure and what is infrastructure, what is on-premise infrastructure, what is the cloud infrastructure, what are the drawbacks with the on-prem infrastructure, and what is the advantage with the cloud infrastructure, and what is cloud computing? Advantages with the cloud computing, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with this, theoretically we understood what is cloud computing, why to go for cloud computing. From tomorrow we are going to work with AWS cloud. So tomorrow I will tell you what is AWS, how to use AWS, what are the services available in the AWS, which services are important for the developers, that I am going to discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay, thank you guys. With this, I'm done for today. Any questions, anyone?
Sir,
Sir,
here,
Ashok,
hello.
what's the market? Ashok, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, so what is the approximate market share for AWS and
Sir,
Azure
always
GCP?
70%, 70 to 80% of the market share is there with the AWS only. AWS is market leader in the cloud computing.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I don't know if it is right or wrong.
Yeah.
See, like once a client comes with an requirement, we'll develop the entire software project. So we'll develop the entire software project and we'll give it to the client. So he will run on his own infrastructure or what?
No,
I
sir.
don't know.
No. They will, it depends again. So I can't give you static answer for this one. Some clients, they may maintain their own infrastructure. Some clients nowadays, most of the clients, 99% of the clients are going for cloud infrastructure. Their infrastructure also we have to manage. That means
So
they don't know how to work with AWS and all that stuff, right? We will set up the infrastructure for the client in the AWS cloud or Azure cloud, something, whatever.
So once we develop a project for the client, so we need to stay with them all the time.
Yeah, lifetime support will be there. Maintenance will be there for the project. Once you develop the project and deliver, your task is not completed. Maintenance will be available. Most of the companies are running based on the maintenance amount only.
Okay. So as you said previously, once we complete the project, what we'll be doing with the machines, you said, right? So I
Yeah.
don't know how it works actually in the market. So
Yeah, you will get to know that. Sir. You'll get to know.
Okay. Yeah. Thank
Sir,
you.
sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Spring Boot class started, sir?
So Spring Boot yesterday class is started, sir. Class is there at 9:30. It is both classroom and online training in the Amirpet. So if you are in Hyderabad, you can come here. If not, you can attend in the online.
Sir, you are the faculty, sir?
Yeah, I will be the faculty. Yesterday demo session completed. From today, we are starting with the Spring Core module.
Okay. Sir, another thing, sir, I am working in Java, like professional. So the thing is Java developer, and is it required like Oracle certification for Java?
Currently, certification not required. So once you join in the company, then you can write it. Now, if you write the certification now, you need to pay the money from your pocket. Once you get the job and if you write the certification, company will provide the money for certification exam.
Sir, if I will do my side, how much money will go?
8,000 to 10,000 amount will be available. Sir, I will check it and let you know the exact price. Maybe any change in the price recently, I don't know that.
So, what is the process, or like how will
in the Oracle website, you need to book the slot for the exam.
And okay. Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
one day you will have a session related to the certification exam. Okay, we'll discuss. I will give the more details on that part.
Sir, which certification is required as a the Java developer?
Java certification, sir. Oracle certification will be available for Java developer now. So nowadays, writing the certification is also not that much important because for every 6 months, version is changing. Certification will be specific to particular version only. If you write certification on the 1.8, there is no use because currently the market Java 22 is running.
Yes, sir.
For every version, certification will change. Okay.
Sir, Ravi, yesterday I missed actually. Do we join those Spring Boot classes every day?
Sir, it is a separate batch, sir. If you want to learn, then you can join. That course fees is 8,000.
Okay.
If you want to learn that, then you can join Spring Boot microservice. If you don't know Spring Boot, then I recommend to join both courses so that you will get more knowledge.
No, I know, but I just want to.
Sir, AWS here will sir, you will teach what you in separate AWS class you are teaching same thing you will teach here.
No, sir. Separate AWS class is only 45 days. AWS will be there. Here, whatever is required for the Java developer, that I am going to teach for 1 week.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So, sir,
you have a question. Like, sir, as yesterday I.
Sir, your voice is low, Ravi. Can you speak loudly?
Yeah, is it okay now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Yesterday I ping you on WhatsApp. Like, sir, there is various. I mean, there is a DAB training started in my organization, and we need to pass that as well. And every day those classes are there.
Okay.
So I mean, I attending both the classes is getting difficult for me, and like Spring Boot and real time as well. And same time, in 4 to 6 we have that training session, and our work or as usual,
Sure, sir.
sir.
We will discuss on that, sir. Can you send me a message to me in the WhatsApp? We'll discuss on that, sir. I have a class at 9:30, so we'll meet again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm joining that class, sir.
Sure, sir. Thank you. I need to get fresh up and I need to go to lab and office now. So we'll meet
Sure.
again tomorrow session, guys. Any questions you have? Just post in the
Yeah,
group, guys.
sir,
Okay, sure.
as a AWS, we are learning right now.
Yeah.
So as a consultancy, anyone asked that how many year of experience? As I'm having 3.9, so
You can
how
keep
can
1 year experience on the AWS cloud. No problem.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine.
Thank you, guys. We'll
Thank
see
you,
you
sir. Have a good
tomorrow.
day.
Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.